The late afternoon sun was streaming through the office window, but for a moment, let's imagine it wasn't warming the shoulders of a busy professional, but rather highlighting the deepening lines of weariness around their eyes. This person, let's call them Alex, had just said yes to another request, another project, another favor, another commitment that stretched their already thin reserves. A familiar sigh escaped their lips, a quiet admission of the internal tug-of-war between a desire to be helpful and the gnawing feeling of being perpetually overwhelmed. Perhaps you recognize that feeling, that quiet resentment that brews when your time, your energy, your very peace feels constantly encroached upon. It's a common human experience, this struggle to define where we end and others begin, where our obligations truly lie, and where our personal sanctuary must be defended. For many, the idea of setting limits feels selfish. It feels unkind, ungenerous, or even confrontational. But what if we reframed it? What if boundaries were not about keeping others out, but about cultivating a more profound clarity within? What if they were, in essence, a deeply Stoic practice? Stoicism, at its heart, is about discerning what is within our control and what is not. It's about focusing our energy and attention wisely. And in this context, our inner peace, our moral compass, and our capacity for a virtuous life are absolutely within our sphere of influence. When we fail to set boundaries, we essentially hand over the reins of our inner world to external demands and expectations. We allow the current of others' needs to pull us wherever it may, often far from our own desired course. The Stoics understood that true freedom wasn't about having everything you wanted, but about having control over your own mind, your judgments, and your actions. Think of Epictetus, who constantly reminded his students about the prohairesis, our faculty of choice. Our decision to say yes or no, to accept or to decline, is fundamentally within our control. When we say yes out of a vague sense of obligation, fear of disapproval, or a misguided notion of generosity that leaves us depleted, we are, in a very real sense, abdicating that crucial choice. This is where the Stoic virtues beautifully intertwine with the concept of boundaries. Consider wisdom. It teaches us to understand what truly matters, what contributes to our well-being and our moral development. Is constantly overextending yourself, leaving no time for reflection, rest, or personal growth a wise choice? Wisdom helps us see that saying no to one thing might be saying yes to something far more important. Perhaps time for introspection, a moment of calm, or the energy needed to truly excel at a core commitment. Then there is courage. It takes courage to set limits, especially when it's uncomfortable. It requires the bravery to face potential disapproval, to stand firm when others might push back, or to articulate your needs clearly and respectfully. This isn't about aggression, it's about the quiet strength to uphold your internal principles. It's the courage to protect your moral focus, to ensure you have the mental space to practice virtue, rather than being constantly distracted or overwhelmed. And what of justice and temperance? Justice in this context isn't just about treating others fairly, but also about being just to yourself. It is just to protect your peace, your capacity, and your well-being. When we constantly sacrifice our inner resources, we diminish our ability to show up fully, truly, and genuinely for anyone, including ourselves. Temperance or moderation guides us in avoiding excess, in this case, excessive commitments. It encourages us to live within our means, not just financially, but in terms of our time, energy, and emotional capacity. So, when a Stoic sets a boundary, it's not a declaration of selfishness. It's an act of profound clarity. It's a statement that says, this is what I can genuinely offer without compromising my peace or my ability to act with integrity. This is where my focus lies, because these are the things I have determined are essential for my moral progress and my tranquility. Imagine Alex again, but this time armed with this perspective. Instead of the sigh of resignation, perhaps a calm, steady voice says, I appreciate you thinking of me for that, but my current focus needs to be entirely on Project X to ensure its success. I won't be able to take anything else on right now. There's no anger, no apology for existing, just a clear, respectful statement of limits. This isn't about being unhelpful, it's about being genuinely effective where it truly matters, and protecting the very inner landscape that allows for effective action. Boundaries from a Stoic viewpoint are not rigid walls meant to isolate you. They are the clear property lines of your inner citadel, that space of your mind, your judgments, and your values. They are essential for protecting your peace, allowing you the tranquility to reflect, to learn, and to grow. They are crucial for preserving your moral focus, ensuring that your energy is directed towards what truly aligns with your highest values rather than being scattered by external winds. When you cultivate this clarity, you find that your relationships can become more authentic too. People learn what they can genuinely expect from you, and you learn to give freely without resentment from a place of genuine capacity. You create space for deeper purpose, for focused work, and for the kind of inner calm that is the hallmark of a life well lived. So, perhaps today, take a moment to reflect on your own inner boundaries. Are they clear? Are they respected? By others, and crucially, by yourself. Remember, cultivating clarity and protecting your peace is not a luxury. It is a fundamental aspect of living a virtuous and tranquil life. It is, in fact, a deeply Stoic act. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. How do you practice setting clear boundaries in your life, and what impact has it had on your peace and focus? Share your experiences in the comments below. And if this perspective resonated with you, consider subscribing or sharing this with someone who might benefit from this message. Until next time, may your boundaries bring you clarity and peace.